Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be looking at things people thought as a child. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I thought having a job was just you picking a company you like, waltz in, find an empty spot and start doing something. I had no concept of interviews, tests and all the paperwork involved. Same. Honestly, I just thought, yeah, you just go to a company and you just start working. Like obviously as a kid you don't think about all the paperwork and stuff. See how nice it was to be a kid. Like you were just so innocent and you knew nothing about the real world. Like you're oblivious to all that. And it was basically stress-free because you didn't know anything. You know what they say? What is it? Ignorance is bliss or something. My mum always told me that if I got lost or separated from her while out in public and couldn't find a police officer, I should seek out the nearest woman with children. Her reasoning was obviously that another mother would be a good kind of stranger to talk to, much more likely to help and less likely to harm a lost child. My reasoning, however, was that if I somehow never found my own mum again, I could and would just go home with the woman and have new siblings to play with so I wouldn't get lonely. Oh. They were just like, you know what, if I get lost and I never find you again, I'ma just adapt to the new family. Oh my gosh, gotta survive. I thought being fired from work meant that the fired person gets killed. Every time my mum would tell me and my sisters not to bother her or she could get fired from work, she partially worked from home. I assumed that her boss would come into her office and literally kill her. I was so terrified that my mum would get in any trouble at work. How come they didn't ask what it meant? I think as a kid, I just thought fired meant, like, literally fired. Someone gets burnt to death or something. Because fire and fired, like fire, fired. You get fired, so you're like fried by fire. I don't know, man. Kid minds are like kind of crazy, I feel like. Imagination is wild. That there was absolutely no way I'd ever get to be as old as the adults in my life. For some reason, it seemed more likely to me that I could become a dog than that I could age into an even 15-year-old. It was more reasonable that they would become a dog than to age. Oh wow. I just remember thinking as a kid that I wanted to be older fast. So weird though, because I thought once you instantly grow older, you become the person that you want to be. Wait, did I explain that right? No. Like when I was a kid, when you see someone that you admire or like someone you want to be like, and then you see the appearance and stuff, right? I thought that once I was like 20 something years old or something, I would look like them as well. Like I thought at a certain age people would look a certain way. Like everyone looks good when they're 20 something years old or something, I mean everyone does look good, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like I'm just saying, I just thought once you became mature and that you were 20, you had everything together. As a kid you don't know about everyone's worries, you don't know people are stressing, you just think everyone's happy basically. Well, hold on a second, I guess that's not true for every kid. But that's what I thought. Maybe it was because everyone was happy around me. But yeah, I don't know. My parents weren't raised in the US, but they tried to make sure my siblings and I got the whole American experience. So they tried introducing us to Christmas and even sent us to Christian summer camps. For some reason, this caused a sort of confusion in my mind, and I thought Santa was God, and I was never corrected because my parents didn't understand Christianity or Christmas. That my dad just always knew the way, on vacation in unfamiliar cities everywhere. I learned about maps and reading road signs later. Same. But the thing is, I still do feel like my dad knows the way to everywhere. He uses like this big book of maps. It's so thick. It's like this thick. And he reads it. And I can never read that kind of map, like it's so hard. How do you read that and then remember it? Crazy. Like even my mum doesn't know the way to some places, so like she has to have my dad like sit next to her to go to some places. Like he's just that good with maps that he becomes a map. Like he's like a GPS now, you know? All that you needed to do to get pregnant was get married. I thought this too. I thought it was when you kissed you got pregnant. You know, when they're like, the bride may kiss the groom, or like the groom may kiss the bride, and then they kiss, and then that's when the baby is coming. So I vowed I was never gonna get married. As a kid, my mind was like, I'm never ever gonna get pregnant. No way in my life am I ever gonna get pregnant. And I remember telling my mom, I was like, I'm never gonna get married. And I guess it just becomes true, you know. For whatever reason, I always thought limes were just unripe lemons. For whatever reason, I always thought limes were just unripe lemons. When I was in my early 20s, I went to buy a lemon tree and was so confused to see they had lime and lemon trees. I felt like an idiot every time I think of it. I think I thought this too. It's confusing, you know, it's confusing. They're both citrus, it's confusing. Underneath the floor of a building was just an endless void. I thought people who replaced floors were incredibly brave, so I always told my parents I wanted to replace floors. Oh yeah, I didn't know about this as a kid either. Like, you know, as a kid, I always just thought underneath was like you're just gonna fall all the way down if your floor broke or something, because I remember having a tile that was empty at the bottom. Like you could hear that it was empty, like when you stepped on it every single time there was a different sound it made. It was kind of hollow, so I always avoided that tile because I thought if I stepped on it and I was too heavy it would break and I would just fall all the way down, like somewhere, you know, somewhere, I don't know where it was, but somewhere. So I always jumped over that tile. I would bury coins in my backyard so I could dig them up next year and be rich, because buried treasure. What, your coins grow into more or something? That's so innocent. Even I knew as a kid that money doesn't grow on trees, okay? The moon is chasing us! Yeah. I feel like so many kids thought this, including me. It was fun though, you know, like when you're in the car, I would always look at the moon at night whenever I was driven back somewhere. It was nice, you know, it was nice to know that something cared. That there is an age where you will figure it out. There is nothing to figure out. Just do what you love, grow to be a better person, don't be mean, and wash your hands. Aww. You figure it out, but you don't try to figure it out. Go with the flow, you know. That trees made wind. Trees would move and the movement makes the wind. I honestly love that I used to believe this. It's so innocent. Also, that if you saw the clouds move, it was actually the world spinning. As in, the clouds would stay still and the world was turning. That's so cute. That's such cute imagination, honestly. When I was a kid, I thought the wind was like the ghost or something. I don't know. Honestly, you know when wind makes sound because it's blowing so hard? I would think there's like 1,000 ghosts outside doing woo, you know? Man, that was scary. People actually died in movies. I thought that too. I thought a male could only give 2 kids as they have 2 testicles, and that in the process of impregnating a woman, the testicles would explode. Oh my gosh, that's scary. All dogs were males, all cats were females. Oh my gosh, that's... wow. I think I did think about this a bit because I've only had male dogs before Coco. And yeah, I've always just called dogs like he or something. I've never thought of calling them she as a kid. I feel like even nowadays, people mostly refer to dogs as he. Like they'll be like, oh, he's such a cute dog. My dog's a female. But then again, Coco kind of looks like a male. I'm sorry. The adults were mature, responsible, and not afraid of anything. Also, that I was destined for greatness. I feel like a lot of us thought like this, you know. Like all adults knew what they were doing. They were so cool. And yeah, here I am. You could get pregnant by kissing. I'm so glad someone else had this thought. Great minds think alike. I thought adults couldn't run because I've never saw my parents running. Adults can't run. They'll just be walking because they're responsible and they're mature. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!